Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Just Another Masshole Podcast. I am Kyle Raymond, just another masshole, and how the fuck are you doing? How is everybody? Oh, man. Look at me being on top of things, making an episode within a week of the other one. Huh? Yeah, you impressed? Yeah, fucking whatever. Yeah, all six of you. Even if you listen, you're not throwing me any feedback, so I don't know what you think of this. It's just me fucking babbling into a microphone. Whatever. Still doing my thing, working on my set for the 29th and just trying to, maintain work, come home, do some stuff, and then watch some TV and have some cocktails and trying to make sure I get my fill every day. But you know what I've been addicted to is car shows on Netflix. They added From Rust to Riches, which these people they go and get a car for $1,000, fix it up, that they can get $30,000 for it. They get $30,000, and they take that $30,000, they go find themselves a car for $30,000 that they can work up into something that's worth $75,000. And then when you get that $75,000, you go find some old thing like a 34 that there are very few of, and you fix that sucker up and make it really fucking nice, and you can get over six figure, $150,000 for your money. And that's what their goal is you keep working your way up. Like that kid, he says it in the intro, like that kid who on eBay started with the giant paperclip and worked his way up to a house by just trading it on eBay. That's pretty much his business model. But I watched all of that in one day. I couldn't stop watching it. I don't know why. To me, it's like HGTV for men. The ladies like watching people buy things to the house, and the men like watching people do stuff to cars. I guess. I that's what I think. But it's there's something about it. And I'm like, some of the cars, that's what I was saying. If you're gonna go and spend $50,000, $80,000 on a fucking car, it's like, why would you want a fucking BMW? I would love to get a 1960s just about anything and just have it modernized, Getting an old, small, two-seater Volkswagen convertible, whatever the hell that thing is, that's not a Bug or a Porsche. Just anything, something like that, right? And you get yourself just a new four-cylinder that gets good gas in that light little car. You're going to get a lot of horsepower, dude. You really don't need more. You don't need to put a V8 in it. Just go get a normal engine, power windows, new seats, AM, FM stereo with Bluetooth that's all digital, and, just a basic, just make it a nice fucking car. Instead of having old shitty brakes, all new disc brakes, new suspension. So you do all that shit and you drop a whole bunch of money into it. So I guarantee you that it'll end up being less than owning a fucking BMW. And if it breaks, it'll be a lot easier to fix, most likely. I'm just saying, I'd rather spend the money on something like that. And that's watching those shows. I'm like, yeah, that's a nice fucking car. How much you want for that? Oh, that is really nice. I would take that Camaro. I would take that crazy. Some of the crazy shit, dude. You took a shit bike that is very reliable, but nobody wanted. It was some kind of Honda. Like a cruiser bike. It's got all the compartments on it and a fucking radio. And I think it had air conditioning probably. It's like, I'm on a bike. How the fuck? But, it just had all these amenities. And it's like, ooh, it's just fancy. Well, instead, what this guy did, it's like, take all that shit off. Strip it down to its bare. And then he turned it into a steampunk bike. I took all the tubing and replaced it with copper tubing. And covered up all the wires and everything. And hit him inside copper tubing, I believe. Or... He took a panned out copper seat and a keg. They cut out a keg to cover up all the instrument panel and everything, and put gauges instead. He replaced everything like that, but it wasn't a lot of money. But in the end, it's like that stupid bike that nobody would want actually looks pretty fucking cool now. I lost my train of thought there. I'm sorry. Yeah, isn't that's about all I've been doing, though. I've been really addicted to car shows on Netflix. And then they added West Coast Customs. And this is when it all clicked again. Is every episode of West Coast Customs. And they were doing it on that show, Rust to Riches. And they do it on every car show. We were all noticing. They do it on every fucking show like this. Even those HGTV shows where they're doing houses. That everybody is there at the last minute. Like, we got 7 hours to go. We got 7 hours, and these guys are going to be pissed if we don't get it on time. And, and it's like, you're telling me you got $120,000, and you're all running this shit to the last minute. Fuck you. That doesn't sure, it happens, but every fucking time, every project you do, you are literally running things down to the last fucking minute. Well, that is piss poor managing, my friend. Your business can't run like that. It doesn't run like that. I worked at one that ran like that, and it was complete chaos and shit. I'm just saying. It's just, they make it seem so ridiculous. To me, it just seems so ridiculous every time. Just running to the last minute. And they don't give a good explanation for it either. I mean, sometimes it's like, well, we're being set back because we're waiting for the frame, and it was supposed to be here 2 days ago. And it's like, so if we don't get the body on the frame, there's nowhere for this guy to start doing on the dash and the instrument panels and the interior. He needs everything to be there, and so on and so forth, And it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Yep. Totally makes sense. But that can't be every time. And if that's something like that happens, it's kind of not your fault. It's like, shit happens. But, yeah. I don't know. So it just seems like the drama is made up. Of course it is. It's fucking reality TV, and nothing in reality TV is fucking real, Kyle. Oh, yeah, that's right. All right. I'm sorry. I stopped being logical for a moment. My bad. So a buddy of mine, switching subjects, a buddy of mine, he gave me fans for my computer that have LEDs in them. Ooh, and I already had a red one. Now I got 2 blue ones. Ooh, so it goes blue, red, blue, and they look cool in the computer. Here's the problem. The bright lights are fucking with my screen for my projector. So now, when I'm watching the movie, there are the holes from the grates, but they're blue dots, like at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Sometimes, depends. If the screen is black, then you really see that blue, because there's no light there. So, of course, you're going to notice any light you put there, which is blue. Pretty funny, right? Yeah. Ooh, my computer looks cool now. Ah, fuck, it's screwing with my shit. What else? Muchacho. What else, muchacho? I don't know. Should we move on to news? Yeah, why not? I'm at 9 fucking minutes. Let's move on to fucking news. So we're going to start with this great Florida man. Headline, Florida man accused of giving girlfriend wet willy arrested. I'm going to read this article to you before I even comment, because it's article. It's fucking 3 paragraphs, 4 paragraphs. It says, St. Lucie County, Florida. A Florida man is facing charges after he was accused of becoming belligerently drunk earlier this month and giving his 53-year-old girlfriend a wet willy, according to court records and reports. Authorities in St. Lucie County, Florida, arrested Joseph Sirich, who gives a shit, Joseph, 47, after the August 15th incident, court records show. His girlfriend said in a victim statement for a wet willy. Fuck. I'm sorry. Filed in court that she knew he was drunk when he called her at work to demand that she ordered him a pizza. When she got home, she found him drunk on the living room floor, she said. In a police report obtained by the Miami Herald, authorities said that later, when the victim and her daughter decided to leave the home for another, Cerecci tagged along in her statement, she said he refused to get out of her vehicle and that he became more drunk while at the house. Okay. She and him argued over the radio volume on their way back to their shared home. Stop the victim. The victim said, she said, during the ride, he wet his finger and stuck it in her ear, giving her a wet willy, the Herald reported. Jail records show he was booked in jail on the 15th on one count of second-degree battery domestic violence. And that right there is why America sucks fat dick. He's not... All right, he was being a belligerent drunk asshole. All right, you're going to be put in the fucking drunk tape for tonight for... I don't know. He's got to go in the drunk tank. I get it. He's being a fucking dick. Fucking second-degree battery for a wet willy. You fucking got to be shitting me. You've got to be shitting me. That charge can't stick. He was drunk and he gave me a wet willy. What a dick. Well, he was being a dick. Even while she was at work, ordered me a pizza. I'm drunk, you know. But second-degree domestic violence, battery and domestic violence. That should have an asterisk next to it. I think it's the fucking dude that is... And the way that this is written, the victim statement, victim. So just say she, he, and she. This is not a court case. This is ridiculous. It's not like she was beaten or anything, you know. It's a victim. Yeah, you are the victim of a wet willy. You are correct. Would you like to press charges? You could press charges for a wet willy? It's fucking retarded. It's fucking retarded. Oh, man. Okay, that's enough of that story. On to the next story. Okay, we're going to go to Florida man, drunk and naked, allegedly set house on fire and failed cookie baking attempt. Oh, man. An apologetic but confused man greeted Florida firefighters after he allegedly started a house fire as he tried to bake cookies on a George Foreman grill. Let me repeat that. An apologetic but confused man greeted Florida firefighters after he allegedly started a house fire as he tried to bake cookies on a George Foreman grill. Bake cookies on a grill. Smoke was coming from the house in Niceville, Florida. August 27th. When the naked man met authorities at the door. At the time, the home was filled with smoke and multiple items were on fire. I'm sorry, he said to them and closed the door. The man showed no sign of understanding the danger he was in. The Herald quotes a police report. He later told authorities that he had smoked marijuana and consumed 2 liters of vodka. Holy shit! It's not the marijuana that was the problem. He drank 2 liters of vodka? That's more than a handle. Holy shit. After the man had been removed from the house for his safety, firefighters informed that he could have died from smoke inhalation, blah, 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 blah. Wouldn't have been a loss to society. I'm not really worried about it. Oh my God. The fire department investigation found that the man had tried to bake cookies on an unattended George Foreman grill. When the grill caught on fire, he attempted to put the fire out using towels, which also caught on fire. The man had burns on his hands and refused medical treatment. Okay, there you go, everybody. This dude was hammered drunk, and he wanted cookies. Okay, can you blame him? He wanted cookies. Now, he decided he didn't know how to use the oven apparently, or he didn't have one, and he thought the best idea was for him to put them in a George Foreman grill. I mean, it cooks both sides at the same time, right? It's gonna work. But he left it unattended, and it melted, and then the chocolate set on fire. And then he tried to put it out with towels and spread the fire all over his home. And then when he answered the door, he was like, "No, I'm fine, thanks," to the fireman. "Hi, how you doing?" Smoke pouring out, and he's like, "No, I'm good, thanks." Fucking house is on fire, and he's like, "I'm good, thank you." Oh, man. Well, there you go, everybody. I got one more story for you. Are you ready? Florida man busted trying to take marijuana that washed up on the beach. This story kind of pissed me off. A Florida man's dream turned into a nightmare after he was arrested for trying to take marijuana that washed ashore on the beach in Flagler County, Florida. Robert Kelly was one of the many on the beach near Jungle Hut that began taking the packages apart. Robert Kelly was one of the many on the beach near Jungle Hut Park in Flagler County that began taking the packages apart. However, when the deputies from the county sheriff's office arrived on the scene, Kelly was less than forthcoming about his new find. Yeah, because, "Hey, officer, you know that pot you're looking for? Yeah, I took it. You want it? It's in the trunk of my car." As if they would just let him go and they wouldn't question him as if he was the one who was looking for his packages of pot that would get dropped. Who the fuck knows? I'm not going to fucking help you. Get the fuck out of here. And it's pot. See, I can't even get through this whole story. This story just pisses me off. Kelly did not approach the deputies or tell them about the drugs he found. No shit. He later told the deputies he had taken the pot and was keeping it in his car to wait for their arrival. Inside the vehicle, they found an 11-pound brick of marijuana that had been wrapped in a brown towel. Kelly was arrested for possession of marijuana of over 20 grams. Yeah, it was 11 pounds. Of course it's over 20 grams. Jesus Christ, it's not even an ounce. This is another great example of the see something, say something. Sheriff Rick Stolley said, "This guy tried to take advantage of a situation and it completely backfired on him. Now, thanks to the joint effort of our citizens, watchful eyes, and good police work, these narcotics are off." Marijuana is not a narcotic. Let's clear that up right now, you fucking retard. Narcotics are usually uppers. Fucking weed is not a narcotic. Let me look up the definition of narcotic. It's hard to type when you can't see through the microphone. Narcotic. Yeah, see, okay, I guess it... I guess a drug or other substance affecting mood or behavior that is sold for non-medical purposes, especially an illegal one. But marijuana could be sold as a medical purpose. I guess. All right. I'm sorry, officer. There's just not the word I would use to describe fucking pot. Fucking weed. Narcotics to anyone thinking they can take advantage of marijuana, wash up and show. I have a warning for you. Is it worth a trip to the green room in charge of the felony just for some free weed? They had recovered 100 pounds of pot that washed up on shore over the previous 2 days. So that's what I say is let's see Rick Stolley. Let's see who this fucking douchebag is. Let's see if I can spot him on Facebook. Yep, there he is. Let's go to this fucking loser's fucking page. Yeah, of course. He's balding, gray hair, probably close to fucking he's got to be over 60 fucking years old. Let's go to about him. Does it say how old he is? It doesn't say how old he is. But he's got a Medal of Heroism, Medal of Valor, Purple Heart Medal, United States President's Lifetime Achievement Award, and many others. But he's just too old. That guy shouldn't be fucking making these decisions. And to bust one old man he's got to be in his 60s, folks. The guy they busted, you just grab some fucking weed. You know, it's free weed. Washed up on the shore. Everybody else is taking one. He takes one, and you happen to catch him, and you're gonna fucking charge him and put a fucking felony on him. You know, but the dozens of other people who took pot, and then it was like it hit me in my head. I was like, what if they're the ones who dumped the pot? Who the fuck is illegally smuggling weed into this country, dude? We can grow weed and like California, fucking Oregon, Washington State, Colorado, Massachusetts, and I'm sure there are others, which I should look that up. States with recreational weed. 9 states, and I just listed 5 of them. Alaska is one I missed. Oh yeah, that's right. The fucking capital of the fucking country, Washington, D.C., where all our fucking politicians are, who are fucking having all these people around the country being arrested for fucking weed, but you can fucking legally smoke weed in Washington, D.C. Another fucking hypocritical fucking thing. Fuck you. Fuck you. Maine, Nevada, Vermont. See what I'm saying, folks? 9 fucking states where it's fucking legal to just fucking smoke weed. And you're going to fucking ruin the rest of this dude's life on some fucking charge or some fucking drug that really means nothing. And like I said, did the police plant that weed there and just seen it wash up and hopefully getting fucking people who pick it up and busting them? Because who the fuck is smuggling weed into America? Who the fuck is wasting their time fucking illegally flying and dropping drugs? It's fucking dumb. People aren't doing that. People are doing that with heroin and cocaine because it's worth fucking money. Smuggling weed into a country where I can buy a quarter of premium fucking bud for $25 in Colorado. And somebody will deliver it to my house in a fucking car. I'm pretty sure it's cheaper to get it from Colorado, Massachusetts, Vermont, Maine, Washington, D.C. to fucking where we are here in fucking Florida. Than fucking bringing it from fucking Mexico or Cuba or fucking Colombia by fucking boat and fucking dropping it and having it wash up on the fucking beach. That's the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard. Get the fuck out of here. I don't believe a fucking word of it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a fucking wrap. That is a fucking wrap. And 23 minutes for you fucks. 23 whole fucking minutes of me just running my fucking mouth and verbal fucking diarrhea and constantly cursing. I am very sorry for the constantly cursing. I'm not, though. So, what are we at here today? 9/17. So, Old Soul Showcase, October 21st. I'll be there. I'm not performing, but I have no idea who's on it because I haven't seen their flyer yet. I would tell you, but too fucking late. I'm sure it's 4 great people. Make sure you're there. Don't forget to fuck yourselves. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm watching. My bad. I take back that fuck yourself, everybody. And then the 29th of September, I am performing with Brian Hamilton at Howl Gallery. Tickets are not for pre-sale. You can buy them at the door. $10 a person. Brian Hamilton is a fucking legend around here, 30-year veteran in the fucking game. Performed with so many fucking comedians. He's even opened up for things with Motley Crue and shit. Dude, this fucking guy is awesome. And if you haven't seen him or you don't know him, you should come check him out at Howl. And I am featuring for him, so you get to see me practicing doing my feature set. So, I think that's it for right now. Yeah, that's all I got. Don't forget to go fuck yourselves.